Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening this morning? Hope everybody's doing well. Anything good happening in the world? Well, I'm back. Been off for a few days, as you know, because I slipped and fell in the shower. I have no idea how it happened, but I slipped and fell. I landed on my right hip, right shoulder, and banged my head and jammed my fingers. Good morning, Izzy. And so immediately after doing it, I was kind of sore. Much better, Andy. Good morning. I was just explaining. Thank you. Big hugs to you too, Izzy. Hope. Yep. So what happened was I fell over on my right side, right shoulder, kind of like a whiplash on my neck, and banged my head and jammed my fingers. So over the last 2 days, yes, the first day I missed because I was just too sore, too banged up. But then yesterday I was going to come back, but the night before my neck spasmed all the way up here. It just like locked up, and it was like really bad, painful. So I thought I'm not going to try to sit here and pretend I'm happy and things like that. I'm not a pretender. So I just took yesterday off. But yesterday I walked a lot, and my hip is fine now. I can feel just a tiny little bit of something, but nothing to talk about. Only when I move in a certain way. But my shoulder was really bad, but I can move that. Like I can move it up to here now. Like there, I can move it now. My neck is much better, and the pain in my head is all gone. So I'm feeling I'm good. And I just wanted to say to everybody who sent all your wishes, thank you so much. Very grateful. And it's nice that you guys said something. So thank you so much. Good morning, Mitch. Kevin and Gemma, good morning. Hi, James from Houston. Cannot stay long, going out soon. Have a nice day, get well soon. Thank you, Kevin and Gemma. All the best. Yeah, I like that, Mitch. It'll feel better when it stops hurting. But you know, I've done a lot of sports, and I did tug of war for a couple of years, and then I did bodybuilding for like 25 years. If you do bodybuilding seriously, no drugs. If you do bodybuilding seriously, then you're in a constant state of pain. Why? Because what you're doing is when you use the weights, you're actually tearing the tissue. And you tear the tissue, so when it heals, it grows back fatter. So the muscle grows bigger. That's how bodybuilding works, right? And the reason, some people, I've never, but the reason some people take steroids is because the steroids don't help you grow, they help you heal faster. So if you just took steroids and didn't work, didn't train, then you would just look funny and get lots of spots. But if you train hard and take steroids, you grow fast. But also you get mood swings and stuff because it messes with your chemistry set. So I never use that. But you're in a constant state of pain. It takes between 24, well, actually it takes around 3 days, sometimes 4 days, depending on how hard you hit something. Like if you train your legs really, really, really hard, then it can take 4 days for the pain to go away. So you're in a constant state of healing, and that pushed my pain threshold right up. So I'm able to cope pretty good with pain because of all the stuff I've done to myself, self-inflicted. So when it first happened, I thought I was going to pass out. Afterwards, the pain was pretty bad. Not last night, the night before. My neck was really bad, but now, like it's just you feel something, niggly, but not bad at all. But again, I wanted to say thank you so much for all your kind words. Good morning, Barry. Hope you're doing well. I'm well, thanks. So, life trots along, doesn't it? Ram, good morning. Sugar's sleeping. She was out here earlier, but she's gone to bed already. She wouldn't even have breakfast. So, with cup of tea in hand, ready to start the day. Is he, Mr. Kevin? Are you close to other vloggers? Is there someone we can contact if we don't hear from you? I'm not sure, but I will find somebody for you. I'm not really close with many vloggers anymore, for whatever reasons, but that's just me. Thai massage will help. Yeah, I've had Thai massages. You know, my problem is when I was still in England, I wanted to do a sports injuries course, how to help with sports injuries. I signed up for the course for about 3 years in a row, but they wouldn't run the course because they didn't have enough people. And one of the prerequisites for the course was you did a massage course. And I did 3 hours a week on, it was 5 hours a week the course, 2 hours theory, 3 hours practical. So 5 hours a week for an academic year in England. And so you had to take physical tests, manual tests, and paper tests about anatomy, physiology, all this sort of stuff. It was a piece of cake, really, because I already, I loved how the body works. I study it all the time. And anyway, I did it. And one thing they teach you is when you massage the tissue, you go along the flow of the muscle. So you have to learn the skeletal muscle system, and so that you know how to massage it if it's tight, which way it grows. One thing I found about Thai massage, that goes right out the window. And for me, it's really painful. If you have a knot in in the side of your shoulder, you got 3 muscles in your shoulder, or the deltoid. You got the front, middle, and back deltoid. And they grow from here down, and they anchor into the top of the bone. And when they massage it, they're pushing it sideways. And to me, that is extremely painful. And I'm thinking, if you know anything about the body, then you do not massage against tissue, because you're pushing the tendons and the ligaments all in the wrong direction. You go along the muscle. But I tried to explain this to a couple, and I actually had one for a long time who did it right, and she was very good, very strong in the hands, but I don't know what happened. So basically, I'm a fan of massage, but I had too many bad experiences with Thai massage. Let's just put it that way. It's you go there, you're relaxing, you're trying to relax, and somebody's beating you the wrong way. So, but I appreciate you people suggesting it. It's very nice. We talked about the other day, moringa, the herb. Remember we talked about that? Good morning, Martin. Hey, Martin's here. Woohoo, surprise. Well, they sell this in, if you can't grow a plant in your area, you can get, that's Thai writing, but underneath here, down here, you can see it says moringa. And I just wanted to say, moringa, the herb, is very, very good for your health. I'm not being big-headed or flapping my wings and say how great I am. But I've had many people say, I'm 10 years younger than you, and I'm 10 years younger than you, but you look younger than me. Well, that's nice that you say that. I'm 62 now, 63 in November. But I can say that I stopped drinking. I used to drink a little bit up until 40 something, then I basically stopped. I'll have a beer now and again, but it's not something I enjoy. If I'm sitting with a couple people and eating some barbecue food or something, I'll have 1 or 2 beers, but generally I'm not really interested in it. I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, but I'm fascinated with herbs. you know, the whole thing is what I do here is live in a place that I'm in harmony with nature. If you go against nature, the butterflies are starting to come out now. If you go in line with nature, then you stay healthy. If you go against nature, you're disconnecting from the source that gives you all your health. So, um, sorry, I'm just 1 second, guys. I'm just watching something. Hang on. Sorry about that. The only thing I massage is yep, good idea. Moringa, fascinating stuff. Agree, Mitch. Yeah, I mean, I'm not making any money. I'm not asking you to go buy it anywhere. I'm just telling you, bringing this to your attention. If you research it, it's spelled Moringa, Moringa. You can research the health benefits of it. It's very good. But there's many herbs. You know, the most herbs, well, all herbs that I've seen, I can't say all, but all that I've seen is they have antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial, antiparasitic, and more characteristics. So one of the things, you know, candida, fungi, all that sort of stuff, herbs take care of. So if you want to get off, you know, medicine will cause you, has side effects. So the better thing to do is create the healthy garden so you don't need to use chemicals. And that's just me, and I'll stop because I go on. But I'm only talking about this because I care about you. Moringa, I care about you. The reason I ran off, I apologize, is because for some reason there's a big bird, a big budgie that keeps attacking the babies. But it's, you know, it's very difficult when you go, you want to get, you know, get the bullies out. When you're all together, it's hard to tell which is which. So I don't know why they keep it. I mean, I don't know if it's a population control or they're just being mean. But they, anyway, whatever. What can I do about it, right? Good morning, William. Doing good, thanks. Good morning, Tony. Turmeric is good for you as well. Yeah, turmeric. You know, I've got used to it. And 1 second, sorry. Yeah, turmeric. They say turmeric and curcumin, which is the active ingredient in turmeric. Is that right? Did I say that right? cayenne pepper and turmeric, or cayenne pepper and curcumin together are very good, anti-inflammatory, everything. So yes, I just put turmeric in like a heaped tablespoon in a little glass of water, stir it up and drink it. You know, I just got used to the taste now, and that's anti-inflammatory. It has a ability to take care of pain too, as a pain reliever. Oni Monkey, good morning. Yep, agree, Duram. Yep. Don't look a day over 82, Kev. Thank you so much. Glad to see you're okay, Kev. Thank you so much, Colleen. Had to restart laptop. A couple of streams ago, someone mentioned moringa. Now I hear about it daily. Amazing properties. Yeah, it's funny how we you know, different things come into our lives for different reasons. So I just wanted to mention moringa because it's a new herb that I found a couple of weeks ago, and I've been looking at it, and it's amazing what it can do. So, you know, I got the plant. I don't know if the plant's going to actually take, but I'll get a plant and I'll start planting it. But for the time being, I got some capsules. So I also have oregano capsules, oregano capsules, which is an oil, and I take that too, just for fun. There's nothing wrong with me, I think. But I like taking stuff just to stay healthy. I mean, if you keep your internal environment healthy, then, you know, you have nothing to complain about, right? Good for you, Tony. Good. Turmeric is the best one as I've used it. Okay, good job, Martin. You're welcome, Mitch. Has been a huge benefit in Africa, helps to transform lives, many poor people, long lives. You know, William Paul, that thing about Africa, I watched a documentary on YouTube the other day about a guy, I think he was a nutritionist or something like that, I can't remember. But he was really troubled about the malnutrition in Africa, and he found out about moringa, and he said, would it grow there? And they said, yeah, it'll grow in Africa. So they said, well, we'll have to get the moringa tree to him. And they found out that they already had the moringa tree. But what they were doing is they were boiling it. They were boiling the plant a lot. I can't remember all the details. And then they would throw the water away that they boiled the vegetable in and eat the vegetable. But all the nutrients, like tea, the nutrients leave the tea and go into the water, and you drink it and you get the benefit. So they were throwing all the nutrients away. So they had to say, hey, stop doing it. And I don't know if it actually helped or not, but, you know, it's an education process. So yes, William, it did help once they learned how to cook it. Cool. Yeah. Terrible conditions. The soil here is not great, so that might help. Hey Jim, good morning. Yezik, good morning. I think from Israel, right? The doctor is back. Good morning, Lucas. Yes, add black pepper enhances it. Yeah, I don't know all the scientific terminologies for all this stuff, but you know something? There's a little side note about Kevin. I don't care. I don't need to be a PhD in herbalist or a PhD, you know, anything. I just need to know, does it work? How can I get it? Can I grow it myself and eat it? But I don't have a business with nutrition. I'm not trying to start a business with nutrition. I don't want to make money from nutrition. But I share it with you guys for one reason, so that you can get healthy. Just done watching Jimmy Buffett live, and now you. Go on, Paul. Cayenne pepper, good to relieve sore throat infections. Oh, Washington State will retire in Thailand next year. What's that? Oh. Colleen says, tried the capsules, don't seem to be doing anything. Heard a lot about how they work, decrease inflammation when steamed. Oh. You know, I think, do you see a result? I mean, I don't have anything wrong with me, so I'm not going to see any result. But I don't, the reason I take this stuff is because, you know, the reason I drink herbal smoothies and all this different stuff that I talk about over time is it's my preventative medicine. So, you know, the secret to health is build your immune system, you know, so if your immune system's strong, how do you get sick? So it's hard to get sick if your immune system's strong. So I don't actually have anything wrong with me, you know. I've told you some of the experiences I've had with doctors and why I don't like to go see them. But I watched a guy the other day who was a medical doctor who has a YouTube channel, and he was interviewing a naturopath. And they were just two humble guys, and they were just saying, like the doctor says, the medical doctors, he said, we're not nutritionally trained. The naturopath said, I'm nutritionally trained, but I don't know a lot about herbs. So I don't know if I can remember all this stuff, but I just wanted to tell you something. If I can remember it now. Oh yeah. Over 140 different diseases come from a lack of calcium. And there's you know, the calcium that our body likes comes from different places. I don't want to get into all the details, but so you start taking the calcium, but it doesn't work because calcium won't work without magnesium. So it has to be a balanced ratio of calcium and magnesium. So this naturopath said, you know, the reason why people get kidney stones is because, and muscle cramps and heart attacks and many other things, is because of a lack of calcium in the body, because the muscles cramp, and the heart is a muscle and it cramps. If it cramps, it's a heart attack. So I was like, what? So he said, so the doctor said he's not nutritionally trained. The naturopath who is said he's not herbally trained. So he went to a herbalist, and the herbalist told him to stop kidney stones. There's if I can remember this, it's going to be a mouthful. There's a alcoholic-free corn silk. C-O-R-N silk. It comes in a little bottle. It's about $30. I've seen it on Amazon. It says if you have kidney stones, you take this stuff, and in 2 days, the kidney stone's gone. I'm like, dude. So for me to sit here and spout off, a doctor doesn't know, a nutritionist doesn't, a naturopath doesn't know, but a herbalist helped. So if you have a team of these guys working together, and they can just figure it out, how am I going to do it? Yeah, Dharam, I agree. One thing when I was in India, and where I really enjoyed was in Nepal. There was a place in Kathmandu, there's a market for herbs. And there's literally herbs everywhere. Everywhere you look, somebody's selling something in packets and fresh and all kinds of different things. And I was like, wow, I never knew there was so much. You know, in the West, you use maybe salt and pepper, maybe 2 or 3 other herbs, paprika, oregano, something like that. Go to India and Nepal and look at the spice markets. I was like, dude, I didn't even know there were so many herbs. Hundreds. Amazing. And all these are plants. Plants. So if we eat the plant in our food like they do in India and Nepal, you're going to stay healthy. Stay away from stress. Heavy metal, cool. Yep. I've heard of that before, Lucas. The clay to get rid of toxins, yeah. Good idea. Thanks for saying that. Can I email Jim Burns? Yes, you can. No problem. If you go to my channel, you look at the About page, my email's in there. Feel free to email me. I don't mind. You know, I get quite a few emails, so I can't spend. It depends what the question's about. You know, if it's just the general stuff, then I'll give it my focus. If it's really technical or somebody needs a hug, whatever that means, then I'll spend more time. But hello, Bob, from Columbus, Ohio. Late night here. Feel good? Do it. Yep. Westport, lived there. Yep. Going to UK. Tony's off to UK. Get some tea. Tony and Lisa in England. Thailand was more fun. Good morning, Colleen from Durham. I take daily turmeric, multiple vitamins, ginseng, and combination of various seeds. Well done, Andy. You know, the other thing too, you know, most people will just say, oh, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in this. But just because you don't believe in it, it's not true, necessarily right. But I'll just say this. You can call me a little bit crazy if you wish. But ask yourself a question. Just say this out loud. What herbs do I need? And listen. It's not going to come in an audible form, but listen or watch. Like Mitch just said, you know, he never heard about moringa, and all of a sudden moringa's everywhere. Why is that happening? Well, maybe somebody's trying to show you something, that you might need something to help your body or immune system or something like that. So, free information. Thinking of Thailand due to cost of living. Jim, coming to Thailand for cost of living, good idea, but I'm going to do a video in the next few weeks, I think, or soon, about what I've learned a bit of being in Thailand almost 7 years. And I'm not trying to paint a negative or positive picture. I'm just going to tell you what I've noticed and how I had to adjust. So, could I adjust, or did I adjust? Obviously, because I'm still here. Is it easy? Nope. But I just want to share the information so you're not. Okay, let me say this. I'll say this now. If you have enough money to live in Bangkok or any of the bigger cities, then other than the heat and the language differences, you got hospitals, you have food, internet, bars, everything will be just like the West. So, you know, you'll have high pressure water, clean water. You have to buy drinking water. But other than that, everything's the same as the West. It's an international city. So same as if you lived in Paris, New York, London, Amsterdam, and so on, right? So if you live in any major city, there's not that much difference. But if you're going to live outside the major cities, then there's going to be a big cultural difference. So that's something to think about. So if cost of living is something to think about, living in Bangkok is it's a lot more expensive than to live in where I live, and how I live is probably the cheapest you can do it. And it's not because I want to be cheap, it's because this is how I live. I don't understand how people can live in Bangkok, and people in Bangkok or cities can't understand how I live my life. Well, that's okay. I'm not saying they're wrong. I live the way I want to live, and that's how it works. We're all different. I want to be with nature. I like to work in the garden. I like to sweat. I like to be busy. I'm not somebody who can sit around and watch TV. You know, I'm not interested in Netflix or movies, or I'm not really interested in sport. And the sport I'm interested in, I can watch on YouTube. So it's something to think about. So if you're want to move here for the price of living, and you live outside of Bangkok, then there'll be some cultural adjustments, is my point. I take salt in my 1.5 liter every day, 2 days. You know what, Barry, you know what's cool about, to get salt, you know what I've been doing? I like drinking tea. So if you go to any of the Thai, not all, but the ones you have to search it out, and you order chow manao, which is iced tea, lemon tea. They use Thai tea, cold, with lemon, and they put salt in it. So sometimes you can taste the salt, which is, to me, I don't mind. It's an interesting, because you have salt, lemon, and tea, cold, very nice, for 20 baht. So it's a refreshing drink, and you're getting salts back in too. Lack of exercise, yep. But William, lack of exercise for sure. But more importantly, a sound mind. We've talked about this many times. A sound mind. You can't. Lots of people want to point and say this is right, this is wrong, and tell other people what to do or how to do it. But if you stop and look inside, just spend 2 minutes by yourself. Be quiet. Don't analyze or run down somebody else. Look inside yourself. Analyze yourself. And say to yourself, am I calm? Am I gentle? Then, if not, then rather than pointing, look this way and start working on yourself. Is your sleep right? Is your food right? Is your nutrition right? And so on and so on and so on. So there's many killers, and we can kill ourselves if we don't get our mind right. Lemon juice daily? I don't know about that one, Lucas. I take your word. I'm 12, but my mom lets me stay up late. I love that, Mitch. Good one. I always used to say, I always used to say, I've said it up until a couple of years ago. People asked me how old I am. I said 9. Never grew up. No need to. You know what's great about when you retire? You can be who you want to be, and if people don't like it, they can go away. Just be who you want to be. The thing is, I said this before, if you hang out with schizophrenic people, you're going to turn schizophrenic or go crazy, because, to say one thing and do another is like, dude, what are you doing? No need to be around schizophrenic people. They send you mad. So choose your friends carefully. But instead of looking at other people, look at yourself. Do I got my own, dare I say this, do I have my own shit together before I look at somebody else? Am I eating right? Like I said about herbs, there's hundreds of herbs. For cancer treatment. B17. Where do you get B17? I've said it many times. And apricot seeds. People say apricot seeds are poisonous. Well, I have a bag of apricot seeds on my desk, and every couple of days I'll eat between 5 and 7 of them. I don't have cancer. I don't have anything wrong with me, but I eat this stuff. What does I say? an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. So I get a charge. I get mental pleasure. I get mental pleasure out of taking these herbs that I take because it keeps me connected with the earth, keeps me connected with the simple life, right? So the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know. That was my favorite saying. I've said this for since I can remember. The more I learn, the more I realize I do not know. So 56. I thought you said you were 12, Mitch. Are you telling me a story? Chinese medicines are all about herbs. I went to a Chinese doctor once, and all he did was look at my mouth, and he gave me my herbs as a remedy. Nice one, Roy. I went to I don't know what this is. I can't remember the name, but they a branch of Chinese medicine where they just listen to your pulse. They put their finger on the pulse point, and they listen to it and just sit there and feel the pulse. And I went to him, and he said that my blood pressure. What did he say? I forgot. It's been a couple years ago, but he gave me some herbs, ginseng. I can't remember. I don't remember having anything wrong with me, but I just like to go. I think there's a digger driving down the road. You can hear it. Really smart. Tarmac Road, metals on the. Welcome to Thailand. Nice, Mitch. Same here. 57 in November. What day's your birthday, Jim? Roger. 53. Big 60. Nobody 60, Tony. Book business class on Qantas Air Dallas to Bangkok. Oh, Jim, not technical, Kevin. Just want to talk about my retirement income and see if it's going to be enough. Sure, you can. No problem, Jim. The if you've got $1,500 a month or more, then you can live easy here. But don't go to Western restaurants every day. Like if you go to eat pizza, that can be 300 baht, 400 baht for a pizza and salad. That's over that's like what, 16? That's $16, something like that. I'm not sure. But if you eat food at a mall or street food, you pay between 30 and 40 baht for a meal. When I first come here, you look at the serving size and you think, how can anybody live on that? But you get used to it. You know, and I'm still here. So you can live, you can eat breakfast, dinner, lunch, snacks for a couple hundred baht if you ration yourself. If you don't have a car, it's even easier. Yep. I mean, something between Bangkok and rural life, there's Ayutthaya, just as an example. Ayutthaya was the original capital, so there's some green there, there's some parks there. But it's up to you. One thing to think about is, are you on a bus route if you're in a rural area? Like, I can get a bus, but I have to go 3 kilometers to get to it. So if you have a bicycle and pedal 3 kilometers, I can get to a bus route. But if you live within walking distance of a bus route, you can jump on a bus from here, go to the next town, jump on another bus, and go to Ayutthaya. So, if you have a scooter, you can get around by yourself. So it's up to you. It's all part of the planning. Start writing notes down is what I would do. Wahan is nice. Wahin is nice, but you know, think about the cost. Wahin is also a tourist area, so interesting. You said that when no one truly thinks about an issue, one has and a solution seems to come about soon enough. Yep, it's like the universe listens when one is calm and patient. Absolutely, Lucas. If you say that to some people, they'll think you're fell off a banana boat. You're a bit loony, but I know what works for me, and it's just that most people in the mainstream don't want to hear about stuff like that. Sorry I am late. Varoom, where you been? Good morning. Always trust the universe. Yep. Lucas Sky, I think you're correct. Good one. I could never live in an apartment. I need space and greenery. If if I ever moved to another place. Yep. You know, I did a cost of living video before, and I don't know how many. I think it's got over 500,000 views now. But I never wanted to do a cost of living video. It's not something I'm interested in. I plan for myself. I understand me. But as soon as you take me out of the equation and put somebody else in, all the statistics or all the variables change. So how can I think for somebody else? So when I did my cost of living one, I said this is going to be a bit higgledy-piggledy because I'm trying to explain each detail in a broad spectrum so everybody can understand and make their own judgment. And a couple of people said, "Oh, you waffle a lot," which is slang for talk too much. Well, don't listen. You don't have to listen. But I'm trying to explain to people that not everybody wants to live in Bangkok. Not everybody wants to live here. Not everybody wants to live in Thailand. So you have to give and take. You know, if I was talking to people the other day. They said, if you had unlimited money, what would you do? I said, nothing. They said, would you buy a Mercedes? I said, why? I have my truck. I like my truck. I don't owe any money. It runs well. If I come into millions, what would I do? I take my truck to the dealer and say, check it over. But there's nothing wrong with it, so leave it alone. Or I'll take it to the spray shop and get the few nicks taken care of. But I wouldn't. If I had millions and millions, like crazy money, would I stay here? I might move. Would I stay in Thailand? Yes. I might move somewhere else to another river, but live in a similar environment like I'm doing. Maybe go north where the soil's better, but everything's fine here. So I don't think I'll do anything different. But because I'm living the life that I want, so that's why when I explain things, I'm trying to say to people, there's a lot to take into consideration, to think about. Keto diet when very good. Is keto is that the high fat diet? I can't remember. Roger, I'm sorry. Sounds good. I like lemon tea, hot and cold. Yep. Nice, Barry. Yeah, chow manao, Thai tea, salt, lemon. I think they even put a little bit of sugar in. I'm not sure. I think so. When I'm here at home, I just put tea bags in the water. I don't put anything in it and drink it just like that. But I do like to put lemon in. I live in a truck, no rent, no utilities. Very good, Roger. It would be a little bit harder here because of the heat. But Roger, I nearly did that myself. I lived in a motorhome for 16 months, wandering around America, looking in the woods and taking pictures of wildlife and things like that, visiting the national parks. I met a guy who volunteers at a park. Volunteered? I think they get paid a little bit. And he had a pickup truck with a cap on the back, and he had solar on top. Basic. I mean, nothing, no frills. But he lived there and just looked after the place when people come up to visit the different areas of the park. I mean, older guy in his 60s, but very, very, very basic. So it can be done. I follow kept Low carb, high fat, always eating. It's awesome. Good. Very good. Maybe I should try something like that. Varun, the Indian guys chatting with each other. I love that. Good morning, David. My mood was improved when my sleep. The keto diet was living change. Good for you. Just remember this, guys. Not everybody's the same. We're all different. We're a spiritual being living in an earth suit, and each earth suit is different. Don't ask me to explain. I have no idea. So some people can be vegetarian, some people can't. Keto's diet is good for some, not good for others. And what's cool is you'll get the soapbox nutritionist will stand on his box. Don't need to point fingers at people. Let them do what they want. Chill out. When one points at someone, Greek, Lucas, no need to point, no need to shout, just learn, gather the information, try, be gentle, eat walnuts. Yeah, well, I forgot walnuts are, I know they look like a brain and people say brain food. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I forget walnuts have some. I forget now. Walnuts have something to like a detox or something. I can't remember. Yeah, I think walnut has there's a detox element of walnuts. I can't remember now. Intermittent fasting and extended fasting for health. Good. What's that? I can't even pronounce that word. Roger, what is that? Quercetin. I have to look at that one. Quercetin. Cool. Indeed, prevention of medicine is a better route. Yep. Roger, walnuts are good. Avocado. Yep. I'm fine. Too much hot. What is the temperature in India now? It must be over 40, isn't it? I know you guys get it bad in the summer. Whew. I think I get it bad, but because the way the earth tilts, the sun goes up to you, doesn't it? Hippocrates said, let thy food be thy medicine. Yep. Agree. Aged Korean ginseng. Better than... Okay. Good one, Roger. Yeah, Andy. That's the bucket list, right? Enjoy your life. If I said if I was talking to somebody the other day about money, what would I do different if I had lots of money? I don't think I'd do anything different. I'm doing what I want to do. Would I still do this? I think so. Would I still do YouTube? I think so. I'm clearly not doing it for the money. The way that they keep playing with me all the time. The other day, I was getting 4,500 views per day, and I got a graph in the statistics. It's like this, and it goes straight down. But they do it all the time. I mean, you never see anything like that in graphs. It's just not natural. But I seen it this morning. I was like 8 subscribers disappeared this morning. I don't get upset anymore. It just doesn't bother me. I'm just like, whatever. But I have a plan. Oh, I have a plan. So I'm happy with my plan. It's top secret at the moment, but when it comes into effect, you will be the first to know. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. But it doesn't bother me anymore. I'm not doing it for the money. I do it for the creative side. The thumbs down people, whatever. If they're here bothering me, they're leaving somebody else alone. So, apple and pear, yep. I think apricot is where it's found in the highest concentration. But I seen something the other day. somebody said, why is B17 illegal? Well, think about it. Why is B17 illegal? If it kills cancer, why is it legal? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out, do you? But I think it's in a lot of seeds. But apricot seeds, I'm led to believe, is the highest. Martin, 64. Badger, yep. Avocado is good superfood. Irology is also beneficial practice, yep. I follow Dr. Ed Berg on YouTube and Dr. Jason Kuhn. Oh, I'm reading something recently about echinacea. Quite interesting why it gets so way to get to know yourself. Not echinacea. I'm reading, maybe I should clean my glasses. They're getting wet. I can't see nice. Ayahuasca, okay. Yep. There's Barry, there's a guy, I don't know if you know Joe Rogan. Sometimes he really irritates me, so I don't like to listen to him too much, but if you do, there's a guy in England, can't remember his name right now. He writes about ancient cultures, but he's also studied a lot about ayahuasca. But one thing I get from it all, you know, I don't fully understand it all. I've never used it. Would I? Perhaps in the right circumstances, but it basically pulls your facade of who you think you are, the curtain of who you think you are down, and shows you the raw you. So, you know, we all build up these curtains of facade around us to say, oh, I'm a truck driver, look at my hat, look at my truck, and I'm a big truckie, you know. But in your heart, you could be something completely different. And ayahuasca does that. It strips you of anything that's false. Agree, Mitch. I love this sort of stuff. It's like I said, it's about coming together and sharing information, helping each other, staying healthy, helping each other learn who you are yourself. Because like ayahuasca breaks down the facade. So the whole point of ayahuasca is to push all the curtains away, like the Wizard of Oz, to pretend to be somebody you're not. Ayahuasca brings that down, and it can really crash you if you're not ready for it. But the thing to do today is to be real, the real you today, and then ayahuasca won't have that effect, but you can get other things from it too. $900 for AC gas. Wow. I bet your AC is nice and cold now, Duran, with all that new gas in. My wife goes to China Medicine Clinic when we are in Kuala Lumpur, like we are now, and Bangkok. They check their pulse and tongue to decide. Yep, that's what that guy did with me. Just sat in a room, holding my hand or, you know, pulse, and he gave me something to ginseng. I think he said I was too hot inside or something like that. I can't remember what he said. Gets acupuncture 3 to 5 times a week. I never knew much about acupuncture, but I knew somebody who did it, and I was told about the results they got for many different illnesses too. Martin. Yep, street food is good. One thing people always think about is can you get sick with street food? I was in the army in England, and you think in the army in England, right? The soldier is taught about food preparation and food poisonings and all this sort of stuff, right? I got food poisoning 3 times from the same kitchen at 3 different times. When I was on courses at the school, remember the school I told you I taught at? Well, when I was doing all the courses to wind up being a teacher there, I got salmonella 2 times and Shigella 1 time from the same army kitchen. And I've been here almost 7 years, and I eat street food. I eat food from the small cooks. Sometimes you look at the place and you go, but I never get sick. Never. So you can get sick from the least likely place, but I've never got sick here. Never. So good point, Martin. I've done one, and it's only the cost of your spending. Can't know what kind of life they want to have. Yep. Everybody finds their own happiness. Everybody different. It's just important to makes you happy, content. We only have one life and make the best of it. Well said, William. Yep. I'm going to stick my neck out and say something here. Why do people come to Thailand and sit in a bar 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? No need to talk about it, but why do they do it? I think, this is my feeling, I think they do it because they're hurting inside. They don't have a direction. They don't have happiness. They're not at peace with themselves. If they learned who they really were and had peace in themselves, they wouldn't be there, because they would be content. They would have, do you need friends? Some do, some don't. Do you need to be married? Some do, some don't. But to sit in a bar and consume alcohol, my father was an alcoholic, an abusive alcoholic. Why? Because he had a really bad childhood and never dealt with it. He had a very bad childhood and never dealt with it. So I think a lot of people who drink like that, alcoholics and stuff, or just drink 24/7, they're unhappy about something that happened in their lives and haven't dealt with it. So you have to deal with those emotions, and the only way to deal with them is to visit them. The captain of the ship sits there and has to dig through it and analyze yourself. You can go get counseling who will help you dig through and analyze yourself. If you're not strong enough to do it yourself, see somebody or talk to somebody, but you have to deal with that little stuff and root through it and get all this stuff out. And when you come out the other end, you just go, you appreciate who you are. You appreciate where you are in your journey. You take care of yourself, take herbs, and help other people, because you deal with your shit. And when you deal with it, you can turn into a flower. If a tree is stressed, it's not going to flower. If a plant is stressed, it's not going to flower. If it doesn't have the right nutrients and so on. So when a person has all that they need, they're going to be happy. Simple, simple. So like you say, William, everybody's different. We all have our own needs and requirements, and nobody's wrong. Whatever makes you happy. So, yes, I agree, Terry. Rich. I say this all the time. Rich, because not rich in money, but rich in my mind, being content. I don't want anything. I don't need anything. I don't need to go nowhere. People keep saying to me, have you traveled? I've traveled before, but today I just think, why do I need to travel? I'm going to go away in a couple of days or a week or so somewhere for a couple of days because I want to do photography. That's my thing. I love photography. So don't ask me why, but I do. So, but do I want to travel to Japan? You can get cheap tickets here in Thailand to Japan, but nothing against Japan, nothing against Korea. Maybe one day I would like to go to Taiwan. It's a rich culture. But I don't have any need to go anywhere. I'm happy here. Good morning, Colin. Make a lot of money. I have enough money to buy a house, but I love traveling. Well done, Roger. Good for you. Roy, I'm avoiding Thailand now because of the visa hassle. I'm trying Vietnam for a few months. Okay, Roy, good for you. I don't know if you thought about this is what I've been told, so you have to research it for yourself. I've been told that in the Philippines, if you put $10,000 in the bank in the Philippines, you can get a 10-year visa for $360, and you can come and go as much as you want. And you don't sign any pieces of paper every 3 months. You don't do nothing. You just go in and stay. But I don't know if that's true. That's what I was told, and I don't know anything really about Philippines. So I'm just put that out there to think about. Yeah, that's it. Black walnut. Yep, Lucas. Black walnut extract. Yep, that's it. Before I come here, you guys probably think I'm a nut because I talk about all kinds of countries. Before I left America to come here, I bought all kinds of anti-parasitic herbs, which cost a fortune. Well, I took them. Black walnut extract is one, like Lucas just said, and really, all the herbs you can get for the kitchen do the same thing. There's a big old spider on my. Get off. Vietnam is cool. Love it there. Cool. Roy, you retired. Who's that? Side Triple Life. Hi, Kevin. Best supplement with quenching is NAD Google. Okay. Thank you for that. You got to have a plan, otherwise you will be part of someone else's. Yep, agree, Tony. Walnuts, high in omega-3. Thank you, Colleen. 66, but not fully retired as semi-employed. Go, Roger. Marcia from California. Good evening. Roger. I'm semi-retired too. Work 6 months in America, then travel the world with other 6 months. Sounds good, Roger. Trent. Hello, everyone. Stuck here at the Bangkok airport. Everything's okay. And get my passport updated. Cool. Chris. Well, Kevin, just wanted to tell you that you really are an inspiration to me for starting over in Thailand and building something new for yourself. Truly awesome. Thank you, Chris. Very kind of you to say that. And I hope if you're saying that, if maybe I'm wrong, but reading between the lines, maybe you are experiencing something yourself. And if so, I hope you can find what makes you happy and be content yourself. Some tiny, tiny, tiny little birds are floating around. All kinds of birds around here. The budgies are in the Navy, but sometimes I think I'm sitting in one with all the birds here. Got the passport updated. Cool. Well done, Trent. Please remember D-Day to all the veterans that served. Nice one, Doug. I don't know, I'm not getting political here, but I seen a picture the other day of all the heads of state come together for the 75th D-Day memorial, right? And who was in the picture? The Chancellor of Germany. So, interesting. And who was the one that what country suffered a lot in the Second World War? The Chinese suffered from Japan. They weren't there. And the Russians, who, remember when Germany was first defeated, Germany was divided into three sections, wasn't it? The French, was it four sections? Four sections. You got the British, the Americans, the French, and the Russians. The Russians took East Germany and East Berlin, and the west side was divided into three. Britain at the top, French on the bottom left, and America at the south. And it was like that until the wall came down and that was all broke up, right? So how did Germany get into the D-Day celebrations? And where was Russia and China? If you took Russia out of the equation, then if Russia didn't get involved and kept the Germans busy in the north, they could have moved all their weapons to the landings. But tactics, politics, all out the way. At the end of the day, who suffered? So I know all of it's based on a lie anyway. All this crap is all a lie. He said, she said, and they create a war. Vietnam War, all wars were created under false pretense. So, crazy. Good morning, Jay. I'm good, sir. Hope you are. Robbie, I'm late again. Had a bad friend. I'm a bad friend. Whoop. Thanks, Kev. Hard. 46 in Delhi. Too much for heaven. Now I see why Durham got his AC up to 46. Head to UK, new passport, new visa. Extension due to October. Passport expires. Yeah, I got to get my passport renewed too for my next one. Great friends, 11:30. Michael, how you doing, sir? Trent, had to go to the embassy to get updated. Lucas, Thai massage from knowledgeable girl is wonderful. Yep, agree, Lucas. Bars are boring. Don't have any bars here where I live. Lost souls. Yep, agreed, Mitch. And I'm not saying that in any shape or form as a derogatory statement. It pains me a little bit. I know I've been through some poo many times and worked through it, and some people cannot work through it, and that's where they wind up, hiding behind, suppress their feelings by being drunk all the time. People need structure. Their lives need to learn to be busy. People can stay busy. Yep, agree. But it's not for any of us to tell anybody else how to live their life. We're all individual. We all have, if you believe in reincarnation, that changes a variable. If you're have a different cultural background, that, if you have a Spanish mother and a German father, that's a different equation. If you have two hippies as parents, that's a different equation. So everybody's got different views, and they're allowed to have their views. Somebody wants to eat apples and be barefoot and pick flowers, go for it. You're free, do what you want to do. So everybody's got to work through their own mess. I think it's we've already gone past the hour, guys. Immigration. Everybody talk about immigration. Lim, good morning, Lim. Rainy morning in Malaysia. Cool. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Bapahin. Cool. Oh, young Cobra. Cool. PD's in Boppahin on the way to Rancid. Whew. Russia and China weren't involved in D-Day, but Germans was. Okay, whatever. In any war is listed ordinary people who suffer, correct, William? That makes sense. Gotta go, bye. See you, William. I'm gonna sign off, guys, and say buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming back and being here. Sorry I was gone for a couple of days. I had battle scars. But, the night before last, in the afternoon, my neck was like super crazy sore. Last night it was a little sore. I had to just like rest it a couple of times. It not really sore, so it just takes time. And the old boy will stay healthy. Buckets, see you, Lizzie. See you, everybody. I'm going to wave my hand, and anything that you need and anything you want, and peace, kindness, joy, pleasure comes your way. All the best, guys. Take care. Look after yourselves.